We are at a 1999, 1929 precipice in terms of the value of stocks relative to the actual economy, the actual production in the economy. And in some measures, including this one and in others, we are now beyond 1999 with the tech bubble then, the internet bubble, pets.com. We are beyond 1929, meaning, it's not to say we are definitely going to have a market crash, but it is to say, my God, if you are looking for precedents in history for what is happening with Airbnb, DoorDash, and this goes back to the meme, why capitalism loves COVID, you have to understand that if the Fed had done any of this in 2016, 1996, 2006, 1976, 1936, if the Fed had done this stuff at any other point, we would have seen the market do this whether there was COVID or not. So when you say capitalism loves COVID, in some ways you're obscuring the fact that the left and liberals, and again, pardon my generalization and stereotype, they don't have a critique of the Fed. They have a pretty savvy, regular social media conditioned critique of capitalism. But how often do you see the Fed enter the picture? And I'll end this little part of the monologue, boring you to death. I'll end it with this thought, David. In today's New York Times on the Airbnb IPO, with all those numbers I just said, in the title of the article, it says, Airbnb stock, blah, blah, blah. It's a bubble. And then when you read the article, they don't mention the Fed. And that tells you all you need to know about the way the liberals imagine their relationship to capital, but also the way that the kind of social media activist, meme group that I see on a regular basis does or does not understand what is happening now with the billionaire class and with COVID deaths.